My diamond heads, welcome to In the Zone podcast. I'm your host, Diamond Zone. We're just gonna wait a minute or so till we get started on today's topic. Which today's topic is going to be spirituality, something new. So buckle up. Let's wait for a minute or so, then we can get this show on the road. Bum 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 ba dum ba dum ba dum. All right, let's get on with today's topic: spirituality. So, let's see. When it comes to spirituality, I'm the person that is currently that I am a person that counts myself as a spiritualist. So I don't align myself with the with monotheism or polytheistic religion, because for starters I'm agnostic. I think that there's a higher power, but I'm not sure which one it is. And because there's a lot of interpretations, that's the main reason why I'm agnostic, because there's a lot of interpretations. There's a lot of deities. Again, a lot of religions that talks about one or multiple deities. So I'm just like, I'm gonna step back. I'm not gonna fall into any religion. I'm just gonna just go wherever the wind takes me, in a way, in one way or another. So with that in mind, well, when it comes to, I became spiritualist when I turned 21. Well, I didn't become, well, my first step into being agnostic or spiritualist. That's when was when I was 21, and obviously I'm obviously 23. So 2 years went by, and I'm still a spiritualist. Um, Up until the age of 21, I was a Christian, because of the household that I'm in. I was a Christian until, until my 21st birthday. Well, not my 21st birthday, but when I was 21 years old. That's when I was like. That's when I started questioning the spiritual aspect. I'm just like, why? Just, it's always a question of why. So yeah. So because I always ask the question why, within myself, because when it comes to stuff like that, the main thing they should ask is why. And a lot of things in life as well, always ask why. Um, if you when you want to improve on yourself, you should always ask yourself why. Depending on what it is. So, for example, if you want to lose weight but you don't know how to, or you're just not motivated, just ask, like, why am I not motivated to go exercise, or why am I not motivated to go up and go for a walk, or something like that. And then it goes deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. The question of why is a shovel, and answering each question is just digging a hole to the center, to the main reason. Because you can ask why, you're going through digging the surface. Ask why again, continuing digging down, and digging till you hit the core, clink, and be like, oh, that's a huge realization. So yeah, because so that's basically the reason why I stepped out of religion and I count myself as agnostic and spiritualist is because I always ask the question why, and quite frankly, not a lot of people like me asking like why, because I don't know, because it annoys, I guess it annoys some people, so it's just like, so I don't know, I don't know, but yeah, when improving on oneself, when it comes to improving on oneself, asking the question why really does help, because it allows you to dig deeper to the main core of the question why. For example, let me go with, let's see. I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to ask why on a tough one. I'm just going to do something simple. Um, let's go with. Dang, it's hard for me to think of a. It's hard for me to think of one. Hmm. Let's go with. Let's go with school. Just for example, school. More specifically, college. All right. So pretend that I'm talking to myself. Well, the main thing is that you are talking, like you are asking and talking to yourself. So here's an example. Hey, I want to go to college. Well, why do you want to go to college? Well, I want to get a degree in special education. All right, so why do I want to get a degree in special education? Well, because I like to help children. I like to help people. I like to help students who don't know how to maneuver through the world, and a lot of and school in general don't teach that. All right. So why don't all right? So basically stops around like there, but depending on how deep your question is, it could go a lot deeper than that. With the example I give, it's only like three or four questions. It's just like three or four like whys. It starts right here. I want to go to college. Why do I want to go to college? Because I want to get my degree. Why do I want to get a degree? Because I want to help. Why do I want to help? And goes down, 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 and etc. etc. So with that in mind, that's the same method. That's the same method that I ask myself when it comes to me being a Christian. Right here, it's just like, why am I a Christian? Well, because it's aligned with my family. Okay, so why are you aligned with? So why are you following family traditions? Well, I don't want to disappoint anyone. Well, why don't you want to disappoint anyone? I honestly don't know why I don't want to disappoint anyone. Now with that, it goes like into two branches. It goes like into two branches, and it could go like, well, why don't you want to disappoint anyone in your family, or in a way, it'll be like, what's stopping you from being your true self? So, with that two branches, let me um. Let's see. I have to draw this out. Mm-hmm. All right. Um. 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 All right. So I'm gonna use this envelope, this huge envelope that I split in half. So let's see. So the main question is why. There it goes. So the main question, why? So in this example, so with that example, it's why. In my case, why am I a Christian? Why am I a Christian? There it goes. So it'll be like this. And then goes deeper, and it goes deeper because of family traditions. It goes like that, goes to the family traditions. Then they'll say, then ask. Then ask why. Follow tradition. Then goes to why follow tradition. Then goes deeper than that to, let's see, to because I don't want to disappoint family. Why goes to here because I don't want to disappoint family. Then that's where it splits into two, and that's where it splits into two to why don't you want to goes to why don't you want to disappoint family, or it goes from why to what. So in this case, it'll be what's holding you back from being yourself. So it goes. So that's where it goes to two questions: to why and what. And with that, it goes further down from there till you find your true. Till you reach the core. It goes on. It goes down until you reach the core of the true why, basically. And that's the same thing that I did follow. And then when I start saying I honestly don't know why I. Then when it gets to the point of I have no clue why, at this point, that's why I'm just like. That's why I had the realization of I don't know why I'm following tradition. That's when the rebuilding within oneself starts, because thanks to the main question why. You start digging till you hit the core. Then you have a realization. Then you'll start then whether you accept it or not. That's when you start making a change. That's when you start changing within yourself, or that's when you are in denial. Which I'm not gonna lie, to an extent, there's nothing wrong with being in denial. To an extent, because I used to be in denial as well. I'm still in denial on some things, and there'll be points where I'll be in denial. I don't know what I'm in denial, so I shouldn't have said that. But there'll be points where I'll be in denial. But anyways, what was I going with that? Yeah. So there are points where I can be in denial. Again, there's nothing wrong with it to an extent, because at some point, you're either gonna start changing. You're either going to start changing for by yourself, or life is going to change. Life is going to make you change. Yeah, basically, life is going to either make you change, or you gotta change one way or another. And like I said, being in denial is like I said, it's okay to an extent. But if you're going to be in denial forever, you're going to be facing harder harder realizations, and it is gonna be a little bit mind-boggling or yeah, mind-boggling or stressful to adjust to it because now you have to change by force because once you start because when you, I rather not I rather not be changing by force. I rather not change by force because I know that for me it's going to be really stressful. So yeah, it's going to be really stressful to be to change by force. That's why I like to change on my own pace. But like I said, there'll be points where in life we all have to either change by force or change like start asking questions immediately. Of course, it's not going to be like. Of course, there'll be rare cases where it's going to be like you have to change immediately, but most of the times it's just going to be like, well, here's a warning. You need to change. There'll be that warning of, all right, so you're doing a lot of things wrong. You need to start asking yourself what's going on, and you got to change for the better. If not, then life is going to ram you. It's going to ram you over like a truck going 50 miles per hour on a highway. You're just standing in the middle of the road. If you're going to be blind, I know I have this saying. Well, I just stopped this saying. If you're gonna be blind, let me see. Let's see. Dang, I don't know how I can put this. If you're gonna be blind, if you're gonna be blind, don't be blind on the road. That's my saying. If you want to be blind, don't be blind on the road. Basically saying, if you want to be in denial, go right ahead, but don't do it. But don't be completely in denial. In a way, I know it doesn't make sense. I know it doesn't completely make sense. I'm gonna figure it out. That's saying I'm gonna figure it out and make some adjustments to it so it makes sense. But for now, I have the saying of if you're going to be blind, don't be blind on the road. Basically saying if you're going to be in denial, all right, just do not do it. Just don't put other people in harm's way, and don't put yourself in harm's way. Ugh, dang, that was hard for me to think of. I know. Again, that's. I always forget to mute my phone. Dang, I'm getting notifications. I always forget to mute my phone when I'm doing my podcast. I need to do that before I start. Anyways, with all that being said, all right. So with all that being said, of course, there'll be times where, actually, let me backtrack. My throat feels weird. Let me backtrack. With all that's been said, with all the explanations, that's why I am a spiritualist. Because I asked the questions. Now I'm just like all right, I have changed. I've changed for my own better. I hope I change for other. I hope I change for the better of others around me. So with all this change, I'm now a new person. I'm now a new person, and I'm changing for the better. All right. Anyways, sorry about that. Anyways, There's a lot of things I ask myself why for, but I don't want to get into it because I'm going to be off track. And again, today's topic is spirituality, so I rather stick with that than get off track. So with that in mind, I'm sorry, I thought I heard something. So with that in mind, I swear, I'm hit. All right, I'm sorry, I thought I was hearing something. I thought I heard a high pitched squeak for some reason. Anyways, with all that in mind, I changed for the better because I have asked the question of why. I have changed the better. I have changed myself for the better, and now slowly but surely I'm detaching myself from tradition and social standards because in general, my experience when it comes to ADHD and autism, um, I have both. I have both. I have both. I wanted to stick with to it. Wow. All right. I swear. I swear. Anyways. Ugh. Anyways, because of my autism and ADHD, I have a side of following the rules and don't follow the rules. If anything, I'm more on don't follow the rules because the rules are not aligned are not specifically made for me. Of course there are some rules that are like I shouldn't or else I'll be put in prison. Those rules I'm going to listen to them because those are law. Now, when it comes to rules, what I mean by rules is again social standard rules. I don't follow those rules because one, they don't align. They don't align with everyone. They don't align with anyone. Well, other than people who are in purity culture, I guess. I have no clue. I have no clue. It could be purity culture, even though that some of them are, some of them aren't. So I'm just like, it could be purity culture, but I'm not completely sure. Anyways, let's see. Let me backtrack. Um, ugh. Sorry, my head is a little bit heavy today. I don't know why. My head is a little bit heavy. All right. So within the 2 years that I've left Christianity, I have developed I have in a way not developed, but I won't say re-engineered either. I have adapted my spiritual side. So basically, because I am away from Christianity, I am more spiritually open to other possibilities, and with that, it's a is somewhat of a blessing and a curse because um, there's this one time while I was working with a friend of mine over in New Mexico. What's going on with my internet? That's weird. Oof. A lot of stuff is going on. That's weird. Anyways, oof. Anyways, back when I was working with a friend of mine, we were cleaning pediatrics over in New Mexico, and um, and I was and at that moment, I was cleaning. I was in the office cleaning by myself. And all of a sudden, I had a bad feeling. Yeah. At the time, at the time I was like on like like I knew something was wrong. Like I knew that something was wrong, so I called a friend of mine. I called my friend and said, "Hey, can you come to the pediatrics real quick? I don't have a good, I have a bad feeling about something, and it doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right here. So can you come to the pediatrics quickly?" When he got to the pediatrics, he basically said that on his way over, there was a crash nearby. Oh, on his way over. I won't say nearby because I'm not sure how nearby it was, but he said that that on his way over, there was a crash, and I was like, whoa, that's something. So yeah, I was able. So yeah, because of me being more spiritually open, I'm able to sense negative energy, even though that it is still a hit and miss. I know, like for me, I can like I don't know. Like for me, it's hard for me to explain. Ugh. So like even though that it is like here and there type of thing, I can sense it like really strong. Like for me, it's really strong. Like if there's a let's say that there's a negative energy somewhere in the house, somewhere in my house, nearby. Let's say it's upstairs. Let's say it's upstairs. I'll be able to like sense that. And for now, I'm just going to be for now. Like since I'm on the podcast, I'll be ignoring it, and I'll take care of it. Once I'm done with the podcast, I'll be like, hey, out. I don't need no out. Be like that. When it comes to when it comes to spirituality in general, you have to be more assertive. This is the point of you being needing to be more assertive around your physical and spiritual space, because again like anything in this world, there's a good and there's good and bad in the world. That's a given. It is a literal given. So if you think that so in general, if you think that you sense a negative energy, first you have to confirm that it is negative energy, because it could be like a like some sort of masking. That's the same thing with positive energy as well. Um, Now when it comes to energy, like energy masking, that's a little bit difficult. That's a little bit difficult to detect. So if it is a little bit difficult to detect, you gotta be like be a little bit more aware. Because let's say that I feel good, like a positive energy nearby, and then all of a sudden I have a hint of negative energy. That's when I'll be like, all right, something doesn't feel right. So I'm going to be more assertive. I'm going to be more on top of what's going on. And then once I confirm that it is negative energy, I boot that energy out. I boot that out. Don't want that near me. I boot them out, then it's just then I cleanse the area. Then bada bing, bada boom, everything is brand new. Now vice versa, if it's like negative energy, again, that's a little bit hard to trust, and what was I gonna say? It's a little bit hard to trust and let go, like be loose around, because if you're feeling a negative energy and they do have positive energy, I know it's hard to be like no, I can't trust you. No, I don't want this energy back. I don't want this energy nearby. It's more easier to do that. So if you feel like a majority of a negative energy, then there's positive energy with it. Like if it's like more negative than positive, like masked in there, I know it's hard to be like, all right, let me see what's going on, because again, the negative energy is could be like this much, and then the positive could be like this much. It'd be like, all right, it's small, but I don't want to take any risk, and that's something that I completely understand. I know it's hard to be like, all right, let me see. All right, I'm gonna let you roam around here for a little while. If you're starting to become, like, if you're a bad entity, I want you out. And I'm not gonna lie, that type of experience is scary. I'm not gonna lie, it is scary. Yeah, having that type of experience and that type of interaction it is, yeah, straight up scary. It is straight up scary. But if you like practice it, but if you like interact with it more often, then it'll be less scary because practice. Because practice and because not only that you're practicing, you're also working on it. I'm not sure if I said that. I'm not sure if I said that correctly, but uh, um. Anyways, when it comes to spiritual, sorry, when it comes to spirituality, not only you have not well. First off, you know that you have your physical senses, which are touch, feel, smell. You know, all that stuff. All your physical sense, all your physical see, hear, smell, taste, touch. That's five. Yeah. So see, hear, smell, taste, touch. There's also a spiritual equivalent to that. It's called your clair senses. So let me show you guys. Alright. I gotta do this. And my phone's on a charger, so. Alright. Anyways. Anyways, you have your clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. Yeah, there it goes. You have your clairvoyance, which is your clear seeing, your clear audience, clear hearing, clear sentience, clear feeling, um, clear aliens, clear smelling, then clear gustance, clear tasting, clear cognizance. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that. Is clear knowing. And yeah, that's basically all that. And that's all this. So going back to clairvoyance, this is when visions past, present, and future flash through our mind's eye or third eye, much like a daydream. So if anything, this is more common in younger people. I should say kids. Kids. This is more common in kids because when we were kids, we like to daydream a lot. And sometimes there'll be kids that a lot of kids will have clairvoyance, and yeah, this is more common. To I think clairvoyance is more common in kids. Um, but if any of y'all have that, then please develop it. Develop it. Uh, because that can like help a lot. That's something that's like wow. Anyways, clear audience again, clear hearing. This is when we hear words, sounds, or music in our own mind on our own mind's voice. On a rare occasion, spirit may be able to create audible sounds through this state. Through this takes Ah, on a rare occasion, spirit may be able to create audible sounds. Though this takes a tremendous amount of focus energy, some of us best retain and comprehend information when we hear it spoken aloud. Um, with that, I sort of have clairaudience. It's not completely developed because I'm still working on my clairsenses. At the same time, I'm just going with the flow. So my clairaudience is a hit and miss, hit and miss, not hit and miss, hit and miss. Clear feeling, clear sentience, clear feeling. This entails feeling a person's or spirit's emotions or feeling another's physical pain. So this is what I was talking about. Clairsentience is the one that I was talking about earlier. Feeling a spiritual energy, feeling an energy of some sort. That's what I was talking about earlier. Many of us are clairsentient without consciously being aware of it. So basically, clairsentience is basically a gut feeling. It is more like a gut feeling if you think about it. Oh, it says right here. When we get a strong gut feeling, positive or negative, about someone we just met, or when we get the chills for no apparent reason, we may be tuning into the emotional energy of a person or a spirit around us. So yeah, this is something that everyone can experience. This is yeah, clairsentience is something that anyone and everyone can experience. Yeah, clear, clear, clear alliance, clear smelling. This is being able to smell odors that don't have any kind of physical source. Instead of instances, instances of this could be include smelling the perfume or the cigarette smoke of a deceased relative, used a sign of their presence around us. Not sure if I read that right. Instances of this could include smelling the perfume or the cigarette smoke of a deceased relative, used as a sign of their presence around us. There we go. I know I don't have clairsentience. That's a rare occasion on my end. So moving on. Clear gustance is clear tasting. This is the ability to taste something that isn't actually there. This experience oftentimes comes from out of the blue when a deceased loved one is attempting to communicate a memory or association we have with a particular food or beverages that reminds us of them. If we have a heightened sense of taste, this would make us natural chefs, bakers, or food critics. Um, yeah, I definitely don't have that. If anything, all I get is aftertaste from whatever I eat or drink. That's all I can get. And oh, there's a reminder. It's not just from a deceased loved one. It doesn't have to be from a deceased loved one. It could be anyone that's been deceased in general. It could just be anyone that's deceased that your clear senses um yeah, your clear senses could activate. If you're not completely aware of it or don't have full control of it, it can activate with anyone that's or with any spiritual entity or anyone that's deceased. Not just a deceased loved one, but anyone that's deceased or any other type of spiritual energy around. Um, let's see. Last but not least is uh, clear a clear cognizance. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure if I'm going to pronounce that right. Clear knowing. This is when we have knowledge of people or events that we would not normally have, no, knowledge about. Spirit impresses us with truth that simply pop into our minds from out of nowhere. So this actually this sounds like it actually stems from clairvoyance. Yeah, so yeah, this actually looks like it's a stem from clairvoyance. Anyways, going on with that spirit and blah blah blah. An example of this would be pre pre um a premonition. Okay. An example of this would be a premonition, a forewarning of something that will happen in the future. Yeah, so basically it's basically a stem from clairvoyance, basically. Let me turn this around. And there. And there. Eh, 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 eh. There we go. There we go. There we go. So yeah, because but yeah, simply put it, all this is really interesting. That's the reason why I am a spiritualist, because stuff like that is really interesting for me to. It's really interesting for me, and I really like to, explore that a lot more. That's something that I really like to explore a lot more and develop at the same time. At the same time, I know that my spiritual abilities are limited. So I cannot force stuff to happen. I cannot force stuff to happen because if I'm forcing it, it's not going to happen. Basically, that's why I'm more of a person that I hate my voice crack so much. Anyways, that's why I'm more of a person that's go with the flow type of person. Even though that does seem like I'm not sometimes. Now, granted, there'll be points where I won't be going with the flow. I'll be like, I'm going with this route. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's sometimes. Majority of the times, I'll be like, all right, I'm just going to see what happens. Looks like all right. So I'm afraid that might just cut us off at 50. Anyways, um, I'm a little bit dizzy. Hmm. Ugh. Mm. Anyways, um, oof. Come on. Uh, yeah. Even though that even though that I'm spiritual, even though I do count myself as spiritualist, um, yeah. If anything, I am more of a. If anything, because I am a spiritualist. When it comes to spiritual entities and whatnot, I'm more of a walkie-talkie in a way. Um, Basically just transmitting what the entity is trying to say, um, using my voice. Basically, I know, I know that a lot of y'all. I know that a lot of y'all, whoever sees this, is not gonna believe me. Well, what do you expect? What do you expect? Not. I ain't a Christian. I don't believe y'all. I'm an ex-Christian. I don't believe y'all. No one is gonna believe. That's the thing. No one is gonna believe the same person. No one's gonna believe the same person. But we all have the same roots, in a way. So if you're gonna see it, so just a heads up. If you're gonna see this, if you're gonna be bashing, I highly suggest that you don't. I highly suggest that you don't comment at all, or don't look at my videos. If you're gonna throw a hissy fit over something that you can just like easily click on the next video for. There's no reason if you don't believe in if you're gonna say, oh, that's a devil and whatever, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. That's not for you to decide. That's not for you to decide. So yeah, So yeah, you leave me alone, I leave you alone. Basically like that. And besides, spirituality is for everyone. Spirituality is for everyone. It's not strictly for one group of people. It's for everyone. And whether or not that you or whether or not that they want to be in a religion or not, that's up to them. That's not up to you. What's that? Oh, that's the broom. I can crack my back. Anyways, yeah. So, excuse me. Excuse me. Anyways, but yeah, spirituality in general is for everyone. Whoever decides that they want to be in a spiritual journey, it's for everyone who accepts it. And like I said, um, the monotheism, polytheistic religions, that's not for everyone. That is not for everyone who's on a spiritual journey. It can be for some people, but not for everyone. So don't don't pressure people into being in a religion. No, don't do that. That's a spiritual violation in general. That's a spiritual violation in general. Because forcing someone in general is a violation regardless. So pressuring someone to join a church or something like that, that's a spiritual violation. And I don't atone to it. I don't accept it. No. If you're gonna do that, I'm gonna call you out on it. I'm gonna call you out on it if you're going to do that. I'll be like, no, you're not going to do that. You're not going to tell a person to join a church because you believe in God and they should too. No, no, that's bunch of bull. You can't. That's for them to decide, and that's not for you to decide. You shouldn't be judging people anyways. If anything, that's the main reason why a lot of people are turning away from Christianity, because of the judgment. Is from what I've heard. It's from what I've heard from other people, and me personally. The main reason is, well, again, the main reason is I ask why. The secondary reason is because of I've seen a lot of hate. When it comes to Christianity, I've seen a lot of hate. It's just like, I don't want to be part of it. I'm stepping out. It's not. I don't want to be aligned with something that's so hateful. I don't align. I don't align to it. I don't allow to be aligned with it. I'm not a person that advocates for hate. So, anyways, that's my mini rant in there. So, anyways, I'm starting to get a little bit tired. It's all right. Well, all right. Well, since I'm the only viewer. All right. All right. So, with that in mind, tomorrow is June 1st. New month. Huzzah. Huzzah. I'm going to actually I'm going to keep this a secret because my podcast, I'm going to keep my list a secret. So that'll be on a podcast on a new live stream notice. Anyways, with that in mind, have a good night. Drink some water. Get a good night's rest. If you're not going to school, sleep more than 8 hours because you need it. Sleep more than 8 hours. Sleep in. Eat well. Drink healthy stuff. Have fun. Have a good night. See y'all tomorrow. Peace out, A-Town.